Howdy folks, today is my February reading wrap-up and my March TBR. So in February I did not read a whole lot of books, but I started a lot, as you probably saw in my short if you watched it. What are you doing up there? There's a kitten on top of something that she probably shouldn't be on top of. She's fine, right? Cats always land on their feet. Whatever. Okay, so I started a bunch of books, but I only finished 2. And then I also listened to some audiobooks. But February just really wasn't my month. It's unfortunate. So the first book I read that I finished, because I read a lot of books. But the first book I finished was If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin, I think. This is the second book to If He Had Been With Me. And so that one was a romance with a sad romance. And so this one is in a different point of view during the same timeline with 2 other characters' point of views. And it wasn't that it was bad, it was just probably too long. So I really liked it, but it was too long, and there were plenty of things we could have not had. The last POV I didn't enjoy that much, but the first one, I liked the first one and the second one. But I'm not sure I loved the last one. It was kind of just repeating things and a little boring, but overall I really enjoyed it, and I think I rated this a 4 stars. So yeah, that was the first book. The second book is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen McManus. This probably wasn't even a bad book. I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I couldn't connect to the characters. There was way too much random information that we probably didn't need. It was really short, but it took me way too long to read this. And I thought I would fly through it. That didn't happen at all. I enjoyed it for the most part. I actually got the audiobook eventually and finished it on that. Well, I listened to most of it and then read the ending just because. But it wasn't for me. That's just all I'm saying. I think I gave this a 3 star, maybe a 2.5. But overall, the mystery was kind of interesting. It was a little dull at points, but I liked the ending. I liked how it wrapped up a bit, but it just wasn't for me at all. That's all I'm saying. My audiobooks for the month, let's find them because they're somewhere random. Oh, the first kind of exciting one was that I kind of forgot, actually. Oops. It was Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods. I didn't know Rick Riordan was going to make another Percy Jackson, but I enjoyed that. It was definitely a Percy Jackson book. So that Percy Jackson book, I think it's the 6th now in the series, but it comes after the Heroes of Olympus. So we've already gone through all of the things they went through. So they're slightly older. I think they're like 18. Annabeth and Percy are like 18-ish. Something like that. So Annabeth is going to college and Percy's trying to go to college. Keyword trying. So yeah, they go on adventures. They do all that stuff. I'm pretty sure the ending left a little to be continued. So he might be writing more in that series. But yeah, that one I enjoyed. I gave it, let's see, 3.5 stars. Because, like, it was fun, but it's not really the kind of books I'm reading much anymore. I'm more into fantasy and less... I don't know what that genre is, but it's like mythical creatures in a real world. So I'm not reading as much of that lately, and I don't know, but it was really good. I loved it. I love Percy Jackson. Yeah. The next one, I didn't actually listen to a whole lot either. Yeah, which is kind of unfortunate. I actually only listened to 2. Wow. Well, I guess that was all I read this month. Which is kind of surprising because January, I read a lot. I was very happy with 5 books in 1 month because this month I only read 2, and that is like my usual on the lower side of my usual. But okay, the thing is, if I had read 1 book the amount I read 12 or however many I did, I would probably have 2 more books that I finished. But I hopped from book to book because nothing was interesting and I was reading this one and it was so slow and I just needed something fast and so I just kept reading different books and I couldn't get into anything. So I was kind of slumping, but yeah, hopefully March will be much better. I'm really hoping it will be better because I have one book that I really want to be on my TBR this month. It is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I'm so excited to read it. I just bought it and I've heard so much good stuff about it and I think it'll be so fun. It's actually, from the first page, I feel like it's kind of a higher stakes Percy Jackson. I'm probably, oh, and British because I'm pretty sure it's in London. So higher stakes British Percy Jackson. That's the vibes I'm getting right now from the first page. I didn't actually read it, just the first page. So I really hope that's on my TBR because I'm pretty sure I'll like it and I'll fly through it even though it's almost 500 pages, or it is. I'm not sure. But I'm also trying to, I don't know when I'll get to it, but I really want to read The Lord of the Rings because I've been meaning to ever since I read The Hobbit in like 10th grade. Actually, was that like 6th grade? It was probably more like 6th. But that was really good. And then we watched the movies and now I want to get to reading Lord of the Rings, but they're kind of long. And I've heard there's a lot of information and you have to keep up and there's a lot going on. So I've been putting it off, but I'm sure I'll really like it. I really want to read it. So I have that on my want to reads right now. And hopefully I can just get into a really good book and a new series because I really have been needing to get into a really nice fantasy book or fantasy series. I really want to get into a good fantasy series so I can just keep reading that and fall in love with the characters in each book and fall in love even more. But yeah, I just haven't found a good fantasy book in a while because these two aren't even fantasy. This one's a romance and this one's a mystery thriller or something. So yeah, now let's go to the bookshelf. This is my bookshelf and my TBR cart, but I only use the top because I have too many crafts that I'm not using right now. So that's my storage. I know this is really messy. Pretend it's not there. Just don't look at it very much. Okay? So this is my first time using TBR prompts. I know it's not Halloween, but this was just here and I thought it was perfect and I love it. It's so cute. It's like a cauldron, but it's also a pumpkin and it's really cute. But I just decided to put some TBR prompts in here because it's perfect, isn't it? Okay, on to the prompts. So I have a bunch of random prompts in here. I think I have 16, but I'm only going to pull 8. There's a possibility that I read 8 books in 1 month, but it also, if I don't, it gives me variety because I'm very much a mood reader. On to this. My first prompt. I'm not looking, just saying. Okay, the first one. A cozy read. Okay, this is the one that I wasn't wanting to get. But I have the perfect book for that. So that book would be Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Is it upside down? Yes, it is upside down. So I started this at the beginning of the month of February, and I read a couple pages and I really wanted something fast. And this is the definition of a cozy fantasy, which means no plot. So also means not fast. So yeah, I didn't read that then, but I really want to read it and like it. So hopefully I like it because I really want to. And look how pretty this cover is and the pages, they're so cool. So yeah, hopefully I like that. That is my first book. Putting it over here. You can't see it for now, but once the pile gets bigger, you'll see it. The second prompt is an author I haven't read before. Okay, let's see. Who have I not read before? Okay, there's a bunch, actually. So we have the Cassandra Clare book. We have Mary E. Pearson, I think, with Throne of... That's not Throne of Glass. The Thief... Dance of Thieves. That's what it is. So I haven't read that or an author by that person. I can't talk. So we can't do series because pretty much all the series on here are second or higher books in the series, which means I've already read the first one. Okay, I'm gonna do it just because I really want to read this book this month. I'm gonna say Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. And isn't this beautiful? I mean, I don't love people on covers, but it's so shiny, and I think there's a kitten on a table, which they're not allowed to do that. I love the spines too, how they're like drawn, like sketched. It's so pretty. But one thing I hate is half covers. Why do they think this is a good idea? Who designed this? Like, why? Why? Everybody hates it. I mean, I'm not sure if everybody hates it, but I'm pretty sure everybody hates it. Why would you do that? But who cares? That's something I have beef with. My next prompt, I'll pick a little deeper. My next prompt is book with 3-word title. I just thought of one, Dance of Thieves, but that is a massive book, and I'm not sure if I want to get into that. So let's see. There's Throne of Glass, The Lost Clue, which I think is a classic. So that could be interesting. There's The Queen of Atolia, which is part of the series. So do I want to get into another series? I don't know. I'm already in the middle of like 30. Actually, that's probably not true, but I'm in the middle of a lot. There's The Ranger's Apprentice. Actually, there's no the, so never mind. That's 2. I could count Scorpia, which is Alex Rider Scorpia. It's like the 5th book in the Alex Rider series. I could count that as 3-word title. I could. Actually, yeah. I'll go with that. Okay. This is Alex Rider Scorpia. This is like one of the older covers by Anthony Horowitz, I'm pretty sure. This is about a teenager. I think he's 14, maybe 15. Where is it? Oh, up here. Alex Rider. He works for, or he was recruited to work for MI6, and then he found out a bunch of stuff, and then we've led to this book, which is the 5th. I'm not sure a whole lot. I'm not really sure what happens in this one, but yeah, it's a pretty good series. I love it. It's fun and interesting, and there's a bunch of plot twists. So yeah, I'm excited to read this, although I have been putting it off for a while. That's for sure. Okay, next prompt. I might only do 6. I'm not sure. We'll see. My next prompt is a brown cover. Why did I do that to myself? I set myself up for like one book. Is this brown? It's kind of brown. Actually, this doesn't count. This is the 4th book in a series, and I haven't even read the other 2. They're right there. You can't really see them. Maybe you could see them if those were gone. Okay. The only book I can think of with a brown cover that I own is The Lost Clue by Mr. O.F. Walton, I'm assuming. So I'm pretty sure this is a classic. It's a Lamplighter Theater edition. I'm not sure what it's about at all. But yeah, that is my next book. Okay, next prompt. We got another blue one. A new release. Do I have any new releases with me? No, I do not. Let's see. What are my anticipated new releases? Where did my book go? Oh, it's over here. I just remembered a book that comes out in March. I'm so excited. I just remembered the Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. Yeah, not Holly Jackson, Holly Black. The Prisoner's Throne. It comes out March 4th. That's today. Yes. Okay, I don't own it yet. obviously, because it came out today and I haven't been to Barnes. So The Prisoner's Throne is the second book in the Stolen Heir series by Holly Black. I read this one a couple months ago and I really enjoyed it. And I have the special edition with the white white hardcover and I really like it. And I really hope The Prisoner's Throne has this black cover with the white underneath because it was really pretty. So I completely forgot the second book was coming out. I'm so excited. So that one is on my TBR now. Yes. Okay. Next. A book that's part of a series. This is perfect. If I can get it out. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. The first book in the Lord of the Rings, which is the Fellowship of the Rings. So this is my next book in my TBR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That was 6. So I have my whole TBR, which would be The Lord of the Rings, the first book. The Lost Clue, Scorpia, Alex Rider. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Thank you for watching. Make sure to come back next time, and cheers.